Hello, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at something called arrays in Java. Now, arrays are a lot like lists, but they're an ordered list. So we'll talk about why that matters in a second. To get us started, I want you to think about maybe some lists you made in everyday life. Maybe you've made a grocery list or a to-do list or something of that nature. How would that compare to an array in Java? So let's take a look at the grocery list example. A grocery list in everyday life can include things that are not groceries. It can include air filters or cleaning supplies, even though air filters and cleaning supplies typically wouldn't be defined as groceries. The order doesn't necessarily matter in a list either. So in other words, if I'm going shopping at the store, the first item on my list may be at the back of the store, the second item in the front, and the third item in the middle. Well, I can pick up the second item, then the third item, then the first item. The order does not really matter in my grocery list, just as long as I get all the items. An array in Java can only contain one type of data. So, you can have an integer array. Well, it can only contain integers. You can have a string array. It can only contain strings. So you have to declare what you're putting into your list. And everything in your list must be of the exact same data type. So another thing, arrays in Java, the lists are always in an order. Now, I say an order because, you could have in a list saying 7, 5, 12, 16. The numbers may not be in order, but the list itself is ordered, meaning you have the first item in the list, the second item in the list, the third item in the list, etc. So the important parts of an array you need to know at this point is it's an order list of the same type. An array is an object. We'll take a look at a couple slides why that matters. And it always starts with an index of 0. We'll talk about what indexes are, or indices are, in a second as well. So an order list of the same type. An example of allowable will be 1, 7, 3, 15. Because they're all integers, that would be an integer array. Dog, giraffe, rhino would be allowable, assuming dog, giraffe, and rhino all were variables describing the same type of thing. I'm using this very loosely just to give you the general idea. Don't read too much into this. The idea is, hey, if I've got animal type, dog, giraffe, and rhino are all of the animal type. What wouldn't be allowable? 1, A, C, and 5. Assuming A and C are not integers, it wouldn't fit in the list with 1 and 5. Dog, giraffe, rhino, 9 wouldn't fit because 9, we're assuming dog, giraffe, and rhino are animals. 9 is not an animal, it's a number. So array is an object in Java. You declare an array as an object just like you've done in the past. So to review, we did the scanner in before. And let's talk about that syntax just real quickly as a review. Scanner in. So scanner is the object. In is the variable name we're assigning to that object. So we're going to reserve the name. Say, hey, in is going to be a scanner. Then new scanner system in creates an instance of the scanner class. An array is very similar. Int with this little brace thing, that's saying, hey, I've got this object. This object's an integer array. My numbers is the name I'm using to point to an integer array. In other words, my numbers is going to be an integer array. Equals new int 5. So now we're creating an instance of an integer array, and the 5 inside of the little braces tells us how long our array is going to be. So here's an example of a list that's 5 items long, QBCAF, and the 0th item is always first. So arrays in Java always start at index 0, so Q is index 0. B is index 1, C index 2, A index 3, F index 4. That's all you really need to know for arrays at this point. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and be programming with arrays, creating some examples, working through some things arrays can do. They're pretty cool and going to be very useful in our program as we create arrays of asteroids and arrays of bullets. Y'all, that's it for now. Thank you so much for visiting me, and I look forward to seeing you in the very next video.